Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Heather, and on this channel we like to walk a very fine line between a shopping addicted makeup monster and a responsible adult with a makeup hobby. Now, I really enjoy eyeshadow singles, duochromes, multichromes, blush, highlight, lip gloss, basically everything except pressed glitter, and today these are going to be it's my drawer of like mini palettes. It started out as ColourPop and then slowly expanded with Juvias, Nabla, and Unique Beauty, and a couple others along the way. So we're going to go through everything and decide what's staying and what's going. All right, I guess I'll start with the Unique Beauty palettes, which I'm concerned there is something shattered in here because there is pigment falling all over me. But this first one is one of their Africa palettes, and it looks like this. Of course, this is my vibe. It's got those like pinky neutrals and then this really pretty duochrome pink to blue. Absolutely keeping that one. Number 2, this is the Roots palette, and this looks abolished. I'm so sorry, but it's because these two shades are so they're so flaky that they just like go everywhere, which is why I still have the little separator thing in there, but the colors themselves are quite stunning, and so I will definitely be keeping that one even though it looks insane. This is one of the Japan palettes. Looks like this. I like this one because it has this really nice duochrome shade in here. This one I could kind of take or leave, and I really like the intensity of this kind of red metallic here, so I will be keeping these. I really like this formula. This is the Dark Souls, probably my favorite of all the palettes, and of course you can see why. Beautiful palette. These two shades are a little bit light, so you have to really build them up, but I think they complement the rest of the palette quite nicely, and I like the packaging. We've got the Bubble Time palette, which looks like this, and it's kind of this cool funky green, like monochromatic palette in a sense, but definitely a lot of different undertones because these two are definitely more like the olivey kind of greens, and then you've got some more like minty, almost Tiffany blue kind of shades there, and then this duochrome is really pretty. This is Tokyo. This is Japan Volume 3. I like this one as well. Definitely, you know, those kind of blue purpley duochrome type shades, and then some really nice poppy mattes. And lastly is the Pamper Me palette, which looks like this. And again, I really like these little 6 pans, so definitely gonna keep those. All right, these two came as part of the prize pack that I won for the Coming to America collection. So you have this one here and this one here. I like both of these. I haven't used them as much as I want to, but I definitely am not ready to declutter them, especially since it's part of the collection that I won, so I'll be keeping those as well. We are not off to a good start. What should we do next? Let's talk about this Essence palette. So this palette was one that my aunt got for me, and I think because I'm keeping that Lorella Beauty palette, I can probably pass this along, because this has a very similar color story to that palette, and I don't necessarily need two. So I think I'll pass this one along to somebody else. Midas Lemonade. Oh, we might have some more loose shades. Yep. This is what happens every time I open this dumb palette, is more stuff comes flying out of it. It drives me crazy. I got this palette because I wanted this like super kind of lemony, soft yellow metallic, and I thought it was really pretty. The rest of the palette kind of like spoke to me, but I think I've glued in 5 shades so far, and then now there's another 2 that are loose. So almost every single shade in here was not glued in at all. The mattes are like kind of okay. I don't know. Do I need this palette? Let's see. I'm going to compare it to some of the other yellow palettes that I have. Actually, you know what? No, I don't need this palette because you know why? I have that quad, the Hello Kitty quad, and I'm going to keep that, so I don't need this. So this will come with a warning that 2 of the shades will fall out. You need to glue them back in, but otherwise somebody else can have this. Thing irritates the crap out of me. All right, this is the, oh, now we got ones falling out of this one too. Phenomenal. See why you're rebranding Midas. Jeez. So this is like a little 6-pan, kind of an olivey green color story. And I got this because at the time it was like the only thing that was olive green out on the market. But now I just feel like there's so many other things out now. Like, do you actually need this one? Probably not. The duochrome is kind of interesting. Wonder if I have anything else like that. I need to look at my singles and see if I have something else like that. All right, so I took a quick pause and I went and looked at a couple other shades that I have in my collection. These were just 2 of the singles that I found pretty quickly, and this one seems to kind of mirror this one a little bit. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and let this Midas one go, because honestly, I'm just so irritated by the pans falling out all the time. It's like, what's even the point of hanging on to, you know? All right, why is there fuzzies on everything? I know, because my hair is way too long. This is the Frankenslay palette by Fatal Beauty, and this is one of the few palettes that I have that has a pressed glitter in it. I think this is a really cool like palette color story wise. The mattes are a little bit thin. They kind of remind me of the Unique Beauty mattes, and then this is a pressed glitter. But do I need this one is the question. See, I love the packaging, but I feel like I never reach into this palette. We'll hang on to it for a while because so far I'm doing okay on this collection. All right, this is the Wander Beauty Wanderous palette. That's pretty. Oh, you are buttery soft. Hashtag quest for Navy. All right, so this is the Seascape palette. I really don't think I need to hang on to these palettes anymore. I keep them because I'm like, ooh, what if I need or want to take them when I travel? And then I never take them when I travel. So what's the point of having them? This one I kept for a while because I really liked this duochrome shade in here. And this one, because it's like a pinky gold. But I have so many like highlighters and eyeshadows that are pinky gold. I don't think I need to keep either of those palettes, so I'm gonna let these 2 go as well. All right, Nabla, probably not getting rid of any of these, but this is the Cutie palette, the analog palette, which came in, there was like a box that this came in along with the blue one here. Midnight palette. These 2 came together and they are really, really pretty. Definitely like the blue one more than the orange, but the orange one, for some reason, because I don't really wear oranges a lot, there's something that I still really like about this one. Coral palette looks like this. I like this shade a lot, this Mandarin shade. It's such a gorgeous, like soft, peachy, sparkly shimmer. Very pretty. And then this is probably my favorite or second favorite, Wild Berry. This is one of those cream de matte type formulas, and everything else in here is mattes, duochromes. But this one, very pretty. I will definitely be keeping all 4 of these. All right, Juvias, please. Here we go. This is the I Love Ice palette, and it looks like this. Now, I got this one because I really liked these kind of soft blues in here. But I'm not sure that I need to keep this one because I have so many, like the Thunder palette. Wow, that's really pretty though. I don't know if I have anything quite like that. I'm gonna have to peek over my collection because I think that's probably the only one I have like that. This pressed glitter is like craft glitter. I absolutely would never use that on my eyes. And the mattes in here are just fine, but that shade might be unique to my collection. I need to look and see. If it is, I need to keep this one. Sweet Pinks looks like this. I'm definitely keeping this one. I love this hot pink shade in here. And then the mattes in here are really nice as well. The Mauves, definitely want to keep this one. And it's literally because of this shade. It's like a pink with this like greenish, bluish aqua sparkle to it. So pretty. And then the mattes in here are quite nice. The Allure 2 palette. This is the other blue palette. And ooh, here we go. There's another one of these beautiful navy shades. Oh yeah, there we go. So far, this might be the best one I found in my collection because I was on a quest for that yesterday while I was looking through all my blue palettes. But yeah, this is a great palette. Definitely want to hang on to this one. The violets, this one has always pulled kind of dry for me. Although, ooh, I think it's just the mattes that pulled dry. Those two shades are very, very pretty. Yeah, I think I'll be keeping that one. Blushed Rose, I do like the formula of this one. Do I need this one? You guys know I'm like a sucker for the metallics. If the metallics are not where it's at, then I'm like skip. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep that one. And then the berries, definitely gonna keep that one. Love that hot pink too. Whew. All right, let's slide this palette over here. So this is the Truly Iconic palette. This is a ColourPop, one of the Target palettes, and I like this one a lot too. I think it has some really, you know, like soft but cool toned looks in it, so I will keep this one. The Cherry Crush I like a lot. It definitely has like kind of the pink, the red, and then the burgundy kind of tones to it. Do I need this one? I think I'm gonna keep it because I'm doing okay so far on this drawer. Making Mauves, I think I can go ahead and get rid of this. I had decluttered this once before and then I had like regrets and put it back in my collection. But then I'm like, why am I keeping this? Because I never really go into it. So I think I can just let this one go. But there's the metallics for reference going up my wrist. But I'll let that one go. That's Taupe. I'm definitely keeping this one. I like this one a lot. It's my like cool tone friend. This is a gorgeous Super Shock shadow, and I like this very like smoky, taupey type metallic. Lock It Down, a beautiful purple with a little bit of cool tone color story. I like that this is a little bit punchier than the Mauves palette. And actually, no, and I like this packaging better too. So I'm going to keep this one, and definitely I'll be okay with getting rid of the Mauves one. Lavish, I just tried this one out not too long ago, and I really like this color story. This palette definitely gives you like monochromatic, like you are not going to do very different looks when you use this palette, but it is quite pretty. Apricot Me Not, this was I think one of the most disappointing palettes I had last year, so I'm going to let this one go happily. By the Rosé, I like this one. This one gives me all the feels of those like pinky kind of palettes, so I'm gonna hang on to that. All Amethyst, another beautiful purple color story. Definitely gonna hang on to this one. This blue shade here is so intense. It's like a blurble. It's so, so pretty. And then I like how deep this one goes as well, because you can really like smoke things out with that. Of Quartz, I like this one too, of course, who's surprised? The kind of muted quality of the shades here is quite nice. I do like the metallics that are in here, and then this Rock On shade I really, really like, so I'll be hanging on to that. Plus, I wish they would do some more. I feel like they were starting a theme here, and then I don't know if the person that designed these just like quit or what, but I don't think they've released any more that were these gemstone themes, but I wish they would. And then this is the Mavericks palette. I like this one a lot too. This is a really, really pretty color story, and this blue, I reach into this palette for this navy blue all the time, but this is a really, really nice color story. And I have some more of these basketball ones, even though I don't care too much about the NBA. At the time, they were one of the like most interesting sets of color stories that ColourPop was actually doing, so I have a lot of these. All right, Wine and Only looks like this. Definitely keeping. Or Kid You Not, looks like that. Definitely keeping. My mirror falls out of this one all the time. The Blow and Smoke palette looks like that. I have a hard time giving up these little 9-pan plastic guys. This is It's My Pleasure. Lilac You a Lot. Blue Moon. It's also a very pretty palette. On Cloud Blue. This one has a pressed glitter in it, but it's a lot finer of a texture, so I don't know what the eye safety protocol is for that. And then I think the mattes in here are really nice, like they're like a softer blue than this more traditional like MS Paint blue. This is the Mar palette, which if you are old enough to remember this palette, then you are definitely a ColourPop OG. But I think I'll be hanging on to this one, will I? The only shade in here I feel like I really, really need is this Gridlock shade. So let's see what High Tide can offer me, and then maybe we can get rid of that one. High Tide doesn't really do it. Now, I love this palette though, so I'll definitely be keeping it. But I wonder. Yeah, I might be popping this one out and substituting it somewhere else along the way because even the next nearest thing is not quite the same as this one, but I don't think I necessarily need to hang on to this whole palette. So we'll leave that there. This is Just My Luck, which looks like this one. Ooh, I'll set that up there for now. This is Mint to Be, which looks like that. I forget how pretty this palette is. Yeah, this one definitely gonna stay. And I can probably switch that out over there. Good. This is the Honey palette. Very beautiful yellows. And even though this palette is older than the other one, way more pigmented than the Midas one. So like I even bought this like a year or two before I bought the Midas Cosmetics one, so I know this is an older palette. Like this actual palette is older. Orange You Glad looks like that. And I love these really poppy oranges. Like if I'm gonna have oranges, make it like orange, you know, not these like kind of just warm browns. I got Baby Got Peach, which I think I pulled the glitter out of. Yeah, I did. I substituted the glitter out with one of the pastel shades from the pastel palettes. Got Ooh La La, which looks like that. This shade falls out on me every time, so I have to be very careful about it. This is Main Squeeze. Looks like that. And Strawberry Shake, which looks like that. Now I have a couple of neutral things here. I have Going Coconuts, which, this is the thing, like, do I need this palette? Probably not. I always keep it because I'm like, it completes the set. But if I have the other That's Taupe palette, I don't think I would ever reach for this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and finally let this go. And then these palettes, I'm pretty sure, yeah, I adulterated a lot of these palettes so that I could take the pressed glitters out of the palettes that I didn't want. And I was left with 2 pastel palettes and then basically an all glitter palette, which you can't see because I'm not in frame. So what I was left with was 2 pastel palettes and then one that's basically all pressed glitters, which you can kind of see there. This one, yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely going to keep the 2 that are still more whole, more like just regular shades. But do I need this pressed glitter palette? I don't think so. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just pass this along. If anybody I know wants to use that for nail art or costumes, hair glitter, whatever, I don't need this one. All right. And this one I actually did a lot better. Let's see. I got rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 palettes. I did so great. I'm so proud of myself. All right, and that is everything for this video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you go, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye.